Hi you guys, it's Stephanie with Coffee Paper Scissors. I am going to be making a small envelope, very simple, as far as it's not like the classic envelope shape. It's just going to be a folded envelope where we sew around it, but we're going to be doing some things to it just to embellish it up a little bit, and I thought I would come on and show you. I am going to be sewing because I want to make sure if you guys make one that you sew it in the right order, or you know, it could be a problem. I mean, it's been done before, but I just wanted to make sure you guys knew how it had to be done. I'm all squished into a small area. I have a piece of washi tape right here to make sure I stay within the camera because I wanted to show you the sewing part. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and get started. What I am doing is I'm just going to be working on an envelope to go in the journal that I will be making for these little boxes that I decorated. So I haven't done much, but I did make a journal cover. And each of these boxes that I decorated were a little bit different size, even though they came from the same company. They had a different, you know, size jar in each of them. So my journals will be slightly different in size by like 1/4 of an inch or something. So I just wanted to make sure that I am making, you know, something that fits. So I folded everything according to the size journal. And I have to be really careful about these journals not to overdo it, because the lid won't close on the journal box if I overdo it. So I thought, you know, one pretty little envelope I'll stick inside of there. So I thought I would make that with you guys. So what I did was I chose a scrapbook paper, and I've done the folding just so that it fits within my size, and I've inked both the front and the back, and I am going to cover the white side with some lace. This was tablecloth that I found at a thrift store, and I'm just going to show you. We're not going to sit and wait for this to dry. I have another one prepared for us to, you know, go ahead and do the stitching around. But I was just going to show you what I did. I took art glitter glue. You could take whatever kind of glue you feel comfortable putting through your sewing machine. And I just went around the edges fairly lightly. It's really, I'm going to be sewing around it, so it's just to keep it in place while I'm sewing. And then I'm doing it here too, on each side of the fold, just for some stability. You could do the whole thing if you want, you know, whatever you feel like doing. And then you just want to make sure you have the right side up. And I just thought it would be really pretty to have the white paper background with the off-white, creamy, tannish colored, whatever you want to call this color of tablecloth. I just thought it would be really a pretty contrast. So then you just have to let that dry so that it doesn't gum up your sewing machine needle. So I'm just going to set that off to the side and let it dry. And then I will go back and do that one on my own. I'll cut the lace off from it. Okay, so this one I have already done. This one is cut out, it's glued down, but I have not sewn around it. I just have to make sure I have it the direction that I want it to be. And I don't really know what that was. Maybe like this, because the music is right side up here. Okay. So the stitching, I want stitching right here. So you do that first. You can glue if you want. I don't think I'm going to glue. I think I'm just going to stitch it together. This first one here, I want zigzag, I think. So I'm going to do that real quick. So, okay, so this is how it will close. Okay, so I'm just going to zigzag stitch right across here, because you cannot get that once you have it all closed. And it's a light colored thread, so I'm not real sure how much it'll show up, but doing the zigzag stitch will help it to show up just a little bit more. It can be whatever stitch you want it to be. Okay, and then I'm gonna go ahead and might put my head in there a little bit. It might be a little bit more than what I wanted. Let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and just cut it. And because I now need to, yeah, I would have had to do that anyway. So then you can just see a little bit of the zigzag stitch there, hopefully. So I'm gonna cut these off. And like I said, you can glue it if you want, but I'm not going to. I'm gonna chance it and we'll see how it goes. Okay, so now I'm going to stitch here, 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 you know, all the way around and back here. Okay, and that'll stitch it closed. I'm going back to my straight stitch. And then I'm hoping that I'm actually, you know, in camera for you guys. And I'm just putting it kind of right on the edge just to grab hold of it, not taking too much of the envelope up. And I'm holding it good so that my paper doesn't like fold over on itself or anything. Since I didn't glue it, I'm trying to hold it in place as much as I can. Definitely be watching this back to make sure that the sewing part is even, you know, visible to you guys. I tried to get a good angle on it, but you just never know. It seems to want to have, you know, like it's trying to pull itself sideways or something. Okay, so here's our envelope, and this I'm not worried about. It's loose a little. I mean, I did put glue there, but if it comes undone, it's not a big deal because it's sewn, you know, if it comes loose inside this area, it's sewn down, so it's not going anywhere. Just trying to get those little bits off. And you can do this so that the lace is hanging over. You can do it however you want, but this is how I thought to do it. Okay, so I'm gonna decorate it up a little bit now. Now let me think about this for a second. I'm trying to remember. Okay, so I am just going to, I found this, you know, lace somewhere at a thrift store or at some point. I'm just gonna hot glue this down, easy enough. And I'm not doing too much embellishing, like I said, because I can't bulk it up. If I bulk it up, it's going to take up too much space in the journal that I cannot bulk up or the box won't close. Okay, that's off a little. So I'm just being really careful not to do too much to it. I think everything that I'm doing will squish down okay, and it'll be fine. And generally when I make my journals, I do the cover last. This time I did my cover first so that I can put the pages in, stitch them in, and I will only embellish according to the space I have. So that should help. Okay, so the front will look like that. And I know that's sort of plain. You could always add something if you wanted to, but I am gonna put a tie closure on it, so that'll help a little bit. So I have this seam binding. And I don't know, I might add something, we'll see. So I just kind of folded it to get the center, and I'm just gonna tack that center down with the little hot glue. But I am gonna leave it so that it just hangs freely. I hope I gave myself enough because, you know, I'm kind of doing this on the fly. I was guessing. And then also I am going to add this really cute little flower. I was watching What JenRen Scraps, and she was using these, and I was like, oh my goodness, I love them. I have to have them. So she told me where she got them. They're from Amazon. And if I can manage, I will add the link below on where these are. But they're so pretty, and it comes like this. And you just, you know, I don't know how many yards it is, but they're so pretty. So anyway, thank you, Jen. And she actually used one on the cover of her most recent journal. I was just watching it before I started this video. So I will link her video where she has one on a cover, journal cover she just finished. So go over and watch that. She makes the most beautiful journals. And then also I will, like I said, I'll try to get the link in below. And I'm going to, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to hot glue here because it's nice and thready. But on the leaves, when I'm done with the video, I will use Fabri-Tac so that it doesn't show through as much as the hot glue maybe would. I'm just going to kind of, yeah, so I will add Fabri-Tac here when I'm finished with the video. Okay, so then on the inside, I just have a little piece of, what is this? It was calligraphy paper, and it was a, you know, a really nice color. And then I took like a washi sticker, inked around it, and that will just go on the inside like this. And how pretty is that? Isn't that adorable? And then we'll tie this closed, and having something on the inside helps to firm it up because it is just a thin piece of scrapbook paper. You could use thicker scrapbook paper, but again, I'm trying not to make it too chunky. So that's why I chose what I chose. How pretty, you guys. I love it. I hadn't seen it done, you know, like I said, I hadn't done one on, it looks like a gift, doesn't it? And so, I don't know, let's see, I think I'm gonna do a little end on it. Like this. Sweet. And I like all of the different colors of the whites and the off-whites and the creamy. So let's see, I do have some, I have a little bow, and you know, I wasn't thinking when I tried before I started, and I was thinking no, because the yellow color won't work. But now that I brought this in, I think it'll work fine. And these are from Walmart. Really cute. I have a little pearl in the center. I've used these before. And I could just put it right off to the side. Or down here in the corner. Or up here in the corner. What do I want to do? Or nothing. I could do nothing. I'm not sure. I feel like it's weird. I don't know. Well, you could, or not. I could add it to the back somewhere if I wanted. That's kind of cute in the back. You know, so you can do what you want. But anyway, I think that is so sweet. And then it'll fit just kind of slid inside of the journal that I end up putting in here, which I haven't started on yet, but I have the cover, not decorated or anything, but that'll slide in there and fit inside of the box. So anyway, all right, you guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'm going to go ahead and make up the other one and hopefully start the journal today. Hope you have a great day. Bye.